advanced Microsoft Excel training, and this session promises to be highly rewarding for us. To kick off, we are starting with the questions that were being raised during the basic class, and most of those questions, they will need to actually have an extensive time to explain. It's not something that we could just quickly explain. So that was why I could not just start explaining directly in the basic class. So in this class, we are going to be explaining how we can use our Microsoft Excel to calculate the GPA. So every tertiary institution have their grading point system. So for Nigeria, we use this grading point system. So the first thing is to understand the grade point system, the 5-point grade point system. And here we use the one you are seeing presently on your screen, the score and the grade for each of the scores range. Then we have the grade points for each of the score range. So having covered that, the next thing is you are now going to enter in the data pertaining to that student into your Microsoft Excel. So if you are that student, for each of the courses you are offering should be under course code. Like look at this, in this sample data, this student is doing maths 101, English 102, physics 103, chemistry 104, and GST 105. So you are going to highlight all the courses you are offering in that tertiary institution. Then your CA plus your exam score will be added together and it's going to be presented under your score. Then the grade point, I'm going to show you the formula to calculate the grade and the grade points. Then for credit units, every university, every course have different units. It's not all the courses that are having the same unit. Some courses are 3 units courses and course. Then some courses are what? 2 units course. So depending on that, so that will be determined by the university. So you also get that and you impute that also into your Microsoft Excel under credit unit. Then after that, we have the quality points. That is the multiplication of your grade points and the credit unit. Now we have to kick off. Now we want to kick off. Now we want to enter in our data into the Microsoft Excel sheet and then use our computer system and formula in Microsoft Excel to get the grade points, to get the grade, and to get the quality points. So I'm going to be imputing the following information which is already provided. Let me move to my page. So I already have my course code typed, the heading of my table. So that's a course code, score, grade point, credit unit, and what, and then the quality points. So I'm going to impute some other information now. So let me start from the credit unit. So let's say MTH 101 is 3 points in credit units. It has 3 credit units. Then this one has 2 credit units, and this one has 3 credit units. This one has 2 credit units, and this one has 1 credit unit. After this has been established, now let's try to use our formula to get our grade. So to get the grade, you are going to press the equal sign to activate your formula. Then you are going to type if open brackets. So if this score, so you are going to click on score. If score is greater than, or let's start from below. If score is less than or equal to 38, sorry. So don't forget that in our grading system we have. So in our grading system, the lowest score is 39. So we'll start from that lowest score, which is 39. So we are going to say if B2, which is 75, or anything that is being imputed there, if B2 is less than 39, if B2 is less than 39, then you are going to put a comma. What do you want the computer to put there? That is fail. If it's less than or equal to 39, that means the student failed. So you put your F in quotation, then you put a comma, then you put if again, then you open another bracket, then you say again, if B2 is less than or equal to, the next grade point, which we can see over here, is 40 to 44. So we are going to pick on 44. So that's 44. Then you put a comma, then you put a quotation. So that one should be E from our grading system. Then you put a comma again, then you put another if, open a bracket, then you put the next one. The next one is from 45 to 49. So we are going to make the formula. On the formula, we are going to go with 49. That's the highest part of the grade point for that range. So that will be less than, if it is less than or equal to 49, then I'm instructing my so that should be, the grade should be what? Should be D. Then I'll put another comma, then I'll start again. If my B2 is less than or equal to, I'll go with the next one, which is what? 50 to 59. So I'll take the highest part of that range, which is 59. So, and dash what? Comma. Then I'll put a quotation, then C. Then I'll put another comma, then if again, open bracket. If B2, which is my grade point, is less than or equal to 69, that's, I'm using the range 60 to 69 and 69 as the highest. So 69, then I put a comma, then I put B, then I'll put another if again, then I'll say open bracket, if my, that's B2 again, is less than or equal to the last range here is what? Is 70 to 100. So for this last range, instead of putting less than or equal to, I'll put what? Greater than or what? Or equal to. I'll put greater than or equal to. So I will now say greater than or equal to 70, the lower part of the range. Then I will now begin to close the bracket. Now in closing the bracket, I must count the number of brackets I opened. Then there's a bracket open here. This is 1. Just follow the mouse pointer. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 brackets were being opened. So I'm going to close the bracket 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So then I will now strike the enter key. But before I strike the enter key, I would like to explain further what the formula stands for. Now in this formula, now you look at it, we have if B2 is less than or equal to 39. It means that if this cell now that is called B2, if the value in it is less than or equal to 39, then that means the student has a grade of F. Then it comes to the next one. If it is less than or equal to 44, so it's going to read from 44 downward until it gets to 40. It will not go beyond 40 because this has already been declared under B2 less than or equal to 39. So it's going to give E and so on and so forth until it gets here. So since this one has been declared from 69, we can now say if it is greater than or equal to what of 70 here to get the final one, which is the highest grade. So after typing this formula in, we are going to strike enter key. Okay, sorry, I can see it's giving me that error because there's something wrong. So we have found a problem with this formula. Try clicking inside. So there's a little error in my formula. For the last one here, after my 70, I did not put the grade. So I'm going to put a comma. Sorry. After that 70, I'm going to put a comma and I'm going to put what the grade point, the grade, which is A. Then I'll quote it. Now our formula is good to go. So we strike the enter key. You can see now. So this is 75 in score, and over here 70 to 75 is what? Is graded as what? As A. Is graded as A. So you can see it's graded as A. So now I don't need to retype the formulas under here. I'll just double click on this lower point of the cell, or I hold my left mouse button and drag it, and any of these two will work. To copy the formula and then give me my answer. Let me double click. So it's going to give us the same result. So having done this, the next thing to do is to calculate my grade. I'm going to pass through um the same step I passed through for this other one. But the difference here is that I'm not going to type grade A, B, C, D, E, F. I'm going to be using points this time around because each of this grade has a point. For grade A, the point is 5. For grade B, the point is 4. For grade C, the point is 3. For grade D, the point is 2. And for grade E, the point is 1. And for grade F, the point is 0. So I'm going to now go back to my formula. I'm going to use the same format, but now it may look different in a way. So another thing we can do is we can just click here and copy this formula from the formula bar, or sorry, let me use my Ctrl Z, or just click into this formula and just say let's just copy this entire formula. Copy it like this. Hold down your left mouse button and copy, then you say Ctrl C, then you strike your enter key so that this can go back the way it was. Then in here you just say Ctrl V. Now you do not mind that it's giving you A. So for the formula to be well adjusted and for you to get your grade points, we are going to go back into the formula by double clicking into this cell. Then for this one that is F, I'm going to change it to 0 because under the grade point F is 0. Then I will use my mouse pointer, the right mouse button on my keyboard, to move. So for this one that is E, the point is 1. For this one that is D, the point is 2. For this one that is C, the point is 3. For this one that is B, the point is 4. And for this one that is A, the point is what? Is 5. So that's all you do. So when you do that, you can strike your what? Enter. Then it applies automatically. Then since this is a number, you can even decide to remove. Let's double click. You can decide to even remove this quotation from it because it's a number, it's not an alphabet. It's still going to work out if you do that. Let's try it now. I'm doing that already. So I'm doing that. You can see me doing that. So I'll strike my enter. You can see it's still giving me, it's still working now. The formula is still working. But the difference is that when it is quoted, it's going to be on the right alignment of the cell. But when it is not quoted, it's going to be on the left alignment of the cell, because anytime you are typing text or alphabet, it's always on the right hand side. Like we have this. Look at this too. This is an alphanumeric on the right hand side of the cell. But if you want to move it to the left side, you can also do that by clicking on the alignment buttons over here. So that is the reason why it is moving towards to this side. So I'm going to double click the bottom corner, the right bottom corner of this cell, and the formula will be copied downwards so that I can get the results for the remaining cells. So now if you compare this to the results we have on the images that is displayed over here, you see that we are getting the same results. Now let's move back to our Excel worksheet where we are doing our calculation. Now we want to get the grade point. To get the grade point, the quality point, sorry, the formula to get our quality point is the grade point multiplied by the credit unit. So this is our grade point. Multiplication is done with asterisk. Then this is the credit unit. Then I'll just press enter. So after doing this, I can now double click it to copy the formula and give me the answer 158940. So we can compare it to what we have here in our sample data. Okay, so by the time this is just showing the formula, what on one of the sheets, the pictures I dropped on the group, you can compare it. You see that we are having the same results. It's giving us the same results. Now that we have been able to calculate our quality points, the next thing we want to now do is to calculate our total GPA, so our total grade points. So let's calculate our total grade points. So this cell, which is cell so we want to calculate our total GPA by calculating, first of all, the total quality points. So the total quality points, I'm going to click on equal sign and type sum, open brackets, then I highlight from here to here, and then close brackets. But another way of doing that is using the auto sum function, which is up here, and you will not need to even type any formula at all. So let me practicalize that. So you can see that. So you just press your enter key. So for the same way, so we are going to go back. Now we want to calculate the total credit units. Total credit units. So we are going to come down here and then you click on the sum. Then you press enter key on your keyboard. So now we have calculated the total quality points and the total credit units. To get our GPA, the formula is total quality points divided by total grade points. Sorry, total credit units. So our GPA is gotten by that formula. So I'll type GPA, I'll move to the next cell. Then, okay, let me put an equal sign at the front of this. Then on this next cell here, so I'm going to be dividing the quality point by the credit unit. So I'm going to click on the quality points. Sorry, I'm going to put my equal sign first. Click on the quality points. Division is done with slash in Microsoft Excel. Then I'll click on what? The credit unit. Then I'll press enter key. So the GPA of this student with the scores he has gotten is 3.27. So I'll click on the score and then I'll go to my decrease decimal and decrease the decimal to 2 decimal place, like we always have it in grade points. So now the GPA is what? It is 3.27 for what the students have done. So that is how to get our GPA calculated using Microsoft Excel. Thank you and see you in the next video.